NASCO is a loyal Wildcat activity supporter and Kellogg-based construction management company. Their primary focus is supporting our military through the performance of multi-million-dollar federal construction contracts. NASCO has a long history in the Silver Valley where their home office has been based for more than 25 years. They have enjoyed continued growth and now have multiple satellite offices nationwide. To date, they've worked on over 50 military bases and performed more than 4,000 construction projects across the United States. NASCO has had the privilege of working with the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs to plan, develop, and complete their new visitor center, which will both serve as a designated Colorado Welcome Center and illustrate a day in the life of cadets through interactive exhibits. NASCO provides support to our military through the construction of essential facilities used to train, prepare our soldiers, and enhance our nation's warfighting readiness. NASCO is proud of their Silver Valley roots and is actively involved in local community events and activities. You can find them on the web at nascousa.com. Wildcats Live would like to thank NASCO for being the original gold level supporter and proud partner. Thank you, NASCO, and go Wildcats! Purple and gold through and through. Shoshone Glass has been serving the home and auto glass and glazing needs of the Silver Valley and North Idaho for more than 50 years. With 3 generations of family expertise and community loyalty, they have a well-earned reputation for hard work and excellence. No matter what your needs, you can rest easy knowing that your project will be handled quickly and professionally. From energy-efficient windows and sliding glass doors to bath enclosures and mirrors and a comprehensive auto glass service as well. Let the experts at Shoshone Glass take care of your home, auto, and business needs by calling 208-783-1159 or going to shoshoneglass.com. Go Wildcats! North America's premier silver mining and refining company and headquartered in Denver, Colorado, Sunshine Mining and Refining is a precious metals production, development, and exploration company primarily focused on silver. Their namesake project, the Sunshine Complex, is 100% owned by SSMRC and is North America's only vertically integrated silver complex. Located in the mining-friendly Coeur d'Alene Mining District in Idaho, the Sunshine Complex is composed of the Sunshine Mine and Sunshine Refinery, located in the heart of the Silver Valley, Kellogg, Idaho. Sunshine Silver Mining and Refining support many local endeavors and are Wildcats Live Gold level sponsors. Check out their website at sunshinesilvermining.com to learn more. Go Wildcats! With over 55 years of business in the greater Silver Valley and beyond, Watts Appliance is your go-to place for all things appliance sales and service. Watts Appliance is 4 generations family-owned and operated and has the inventory and know-how to handle all of your appliance needs. Not only will the team at Watts guide and recommend from their impressive inventory, but they also service any purchase if and when the need arises. In addition to appliance sales and service, Watts also specializes in commercial refrigeration sales and service. So head on down to 3 North Division Street in Pinehurst, not just to see their iconic seasonal window displays, but to let Sherry, Brock, and the Watts team let you know what's up. Wildcats Live would like to thank Sherm, Luana, Sherry, Brock, and the rest of the Watts family, not just for the exceptional service, but for their endless support of Kellogg High School activities and Wildcats Live. Operating out of Pinehurst, Idaho for over a decade, Jim's Towing is a second-generation family and Wildcat alumni owned and operated business that loves helping out in all areas of the Silver Valley and beyond. Jim's Towing Service, LLC, is more than just a 24/7, 365 towing and basic roadside assistance company. They are a team that will be there when you need them the most. Whether you are stranded on Interstate 90 or up the North Fork of the Coeur d'Alene River, or maybe just at the grocery store in town, Brandon and the Jim's Towing team are on the job. Do you need a jump start? Flat tire at the worst possible time? Give the team at Jim's Towing a call. Did you secure your vehicle a little too well, locking your keys safely inside? Rest assured, Jim's Towing will be there to help you out without damaging your vehicle. Jim's Towing is not just the only AAA provider in the Silver Valley, but they're also your neighborhood U-Haul dealer offering great service for your moving and hauling needs. In addition to vehicle services, you will see the team at Jim's Towing supporting many local groups and endeavors. Thank you, Brandon and Jim's Towing, for your support of Wildcats Live. Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. Family owned and operated since 1948 and located in Smelterville, Idaho, Nickerson's Towing and Sales have been taking care of the Silver Valley and beyond for over 70 years. Chad and his crew provide 24/7 mobile services, towing and recovery, and also have a full shop facility available. Whether you need a tow, a jump start, a winch out, tire change, or fuel delivery, Nickerson's can do it all. As Chad says, no matter how poorly you park it, we can help. Nickerson's also provides services such as secure storage, truck and trailer repair, brakes, transmissions, suspensions, and much more. Chad and family are devoted, longtime supporters of local youth athletics and activities, as well as all things Wildcats. Give them a call at 208-784-1238 or find them on Facebook at Nickerson Towing and Sales. Wildcats Live would like to thank Nickerson's Towing and Sales for all they have done and continue to do for the community, including their sponsorship of Wildcats Live. Go Cats! From plywood to paint, tools to trim, they have it all, or they can order it in just a few days' time. Kellogg Lumber Company is a veteran-owned business that has been supplying the Silver Valley with quality building materials to contractors, builders, and homeowners for 4 generations. Personal service and knowledgeable staff make Kellogg Lumber the right choice for your next project. With 50 years buying experience, let Steve and the knowledgeable crew at Kellogg Lumber use their many well-established vendors to source the materials you need for the right price and delivered on time. Kellogg Lumber, more than just lumber for 4 generations. Hometown proud sponsors of Kellogg Wildcat Athletics and Wildcats Live.
Number 3, a junior, Kylie Phillips. Number 4, a junior, Aubrey Birdsell. Number 11, a senior, Kayla Hodge. Number 12, a sophomore, Capri Wood. Number 30, a senior, Bethany Phillips. Tonight is coached by Nicole Parker, assisted by Keisha Susky. And now for the Wildcats, number 10, a senior, Michaela Brock. Number 11, a freshman, Bella Schiller. Number 14, a sophomore, Jordan Susky. Number 20, a junior, Aubrey Brock. Number 21, a junior, Danny Henderson. The Wildcats are coached by Dan Aaron, assisted by Megan Fisher and Gus Goldberg. Referees tonight are Mr. Duncan Yeager, AJ Bennett, and Warren Carl.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wildcats Live. We are in the iconic Andrews Gymnasium up Jacobs Gulch. Address 2 Jacobs Gulch Road. Ever heard of it? 2 teams. A lot of people that are tuning in right now probably have heard of the Wallace Miners, coached by Nicole Farkas, and the Kellogg Wildcats, coached by Jana Nearing. And it's kind of a rematch of several different tilts, but lots of players coming and going. I see only one senior on the entire roster for the Wallace Miners. Here we go. No time to dilly-dally. Stutsky with the transition to Danny Hendrickson for 2, and right away we are 2-0 Wildcats. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for watching Wildcats Live. I am joined by my daughter, Gemma Lucille Miller, up on the camera, giving Buck Co. some paid vacation. He's going to enjoy the game from the bleachers tonight. And the Wildcats are going to enjoy 2 turnovers, and Danny is going to go coast to coast on that. And Wildcats out to a quick 4-0 lead. Maybe just a little bit of first game jitters here for both teams, a little bit of adrenaline flowing. Starting lineups were introduced by Chris Johnson, and official scorer tonight, Gwen Johnson. And here we go. We don't have referee names quite yet, and there's a nice dump down into the paint, and Danny Hendrickson is feasting right now. 6-0 Wildcats. So right out of the gate, the Wildcats with a flurry of offense and turnovers, forcing those Miners into some turnovers, and Danny unable to complete the 3-point play there. So it's 6-0 with number 4 for the Miners, Aubrey Birdsell, bringing that ball down, trying to maybe settle things down at this point. Gonna swing it out to the perimeter. Nice little take there. That's number 12. That's Capri Wood, and she takes it strong to the rack, gets fouled, and she's going to be able to try her own attempt at the 3-point play. I am joined here in the third person. We're going to get his mic hot eventually, but golf coach of Kellogg Wildcats, Danny the Bulldog Kenyon, is up here just watching from the bird's nest. Even as a Bulldog, we let a Bulldog in the bird's nest, and he's enjoying the view here. He's listening to me ramble, and we're just going to kind of continue this game 2 of the Silver Valley Tournament. Wallace settling in now. Little turnover here by the Wildcats, and now a little bit of a run possibly for the Miners. Starters for the Wildcats, Michaela Groth, senior. Number 11, Bella Schiller, a freshman. 14, Jordan Stutsky, sophomore. 20, Aubrey Groth, senior. And number 21, Danny Hendrickson, a junior. Another 2 points there by the Miners, and it's now 6-5. So we got a little bit of a run going here on both sides. For the Miners, Kylie Phillips, just a junior. Aubrey Birdsell, a junior. Kayla Has, the lone senior. Two seniors for starters. And then Capri Wood, sophomore, and Bethany Phillips, a senior. So both teams kind of coming out trading some punches here early, just like Paul and Tyson. Well, maybe not. A little bit younger, a little bit more true to the sport here, and that's a nice jumper there by number 4, Aubrey Birdsell, and just like that, the Miners, an 8-0 run after a 6-0 Wildcat run. Looks like we're going to get travel, and boy, no time for production here. Hopefully the camera's working, the scoreboard's working. Just calling this game right now solo. No time to just settle in. Both of these teams just kind of going after each other, which is what you would expect. Coach Farkas always has tough, scrappy, organized, well-disciplined teams. Coach Jana turning over her team after, Emily Coe, 500-plus rebounds. Macy Jerome, one of the iconic scorers in Kellogg High School history. This Wildcat team just has a whole new look. So we're going to see how it goes. Wildcats get the ball back, 6-8. Stutzky going to see what she can find there on the penetration. Groth with the block shot, but gets it into Danny. Danny continues to do her thing. And just like that, 8-8 Wildcats. Right now the Wildcats are at 40% Groth on the floor. Just wanted to bring that up. We got Michaela and Aubrey, and that's worth noting. The Groth contingent is strong here tonight for the Wildcats. Going to go ahead and check in on status of the feed. Looks like we got some people tuning in. Just got to see Clint House down in game 1, which saw the Bonners Ferry Badgers over the Genesis Prep Jaguars. And so the winner of this game will take on the Bonners Ferry Badgers tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And then the loser of this game will take on the Genesis Prep Jaguars at 5:30, Andrews Gym, same location. Both free throws, I think were missed there, 8-8, Wildcats Miners. Here comes Groth to set things for the Wildcats. Stutzky off the mark. Scramble for the rebound. Stutzky almost out of bounds. Gets it into Groth. Groth to Groth. No good. Groth with the rebound. That's a lot of Groth happening there for the Wildcats. And into the game, I don't know if I missed it, Aaliyah Philp for the Wildcats, another freshman. A lot of youth on the floor for both teams tonight. Wildcats and Miners. This tournament kind of rotates between Kellogg and Wallace. Kirby Krulitz Court is a pretty cool place to play as well. So lots of fun sports here. That's going to be another travel. Stutzky got a little antsy there before putting the ball on the floor. Shuffled her feet a little too quick. Sometimes being quick can be detrimental. And that's going to be a turnover, 8-8. We are not even halfway through the first quarter. Game of runs, 6-0 for the Wildcats, 8-0 for the Miners, and now the Wildcats have scored 2 to even it up at 8. I don't know if you're noticing, if you look at the feed up in the upper right-hand corner, we have officially transferred over to a fully digital decryptor out of our score system, which automatically feeds the score to our digitally created scoreboard. In other words, what Coach Kennedy would say is pure nerdery. But it's wonderful and it's working. Thankful for my coworkers who kind of helped me get this going. Groth for the 3. That would be Aubrey. Rebound Wildcats. Looks like Stutzky got fouled there with I don't know if that was a pass or a jump shot. But if you'll notice, you'll see that our scoreboard is perfectly synced with the scoring system here at Andrews Gym, including the shot clock. We think that's quite an enhancement. And it's something you won't find on NFHS, I will tell you that much right now. But this is how we roll here at Kellogg High School and Wildcats Live. Once again, shout out to Gemma Miller. She is up in the K-Wall Crow's Nest, once inhabited by the legend George White and Paul Robinson. I don't know how 2 fully grown males fit in that booth. And it was fully enclosed. We took one of the windows out. So shout out to Gemma. Shout out to the band. She's got her sisters down here playing in the band. It's 8 10. Wildcats up 2 on the Miners, but it has been a fun back and forth. We still are not halfway through the first quarter. Quick jumper there by, looks like that's number 12. That's Capri Wood. Looking to get a travel here. I'm still kind of, let me check my notes and my messages, see if we have the referees for tonight's game. I always like to, their signatures are like, I would compare their signatures to doctor signatures. I cannot read them and I don't recognize a couple of them, so we'll get them some recognition here in a second. Wildcats ball movement, great right now. Left and right into the paint. Danny again. I think you're not going to find a tougher, more determined player. She is not the tallest one out there, but she, pound for pound, is going to make you earn every single minute that you're out there playing with her. Danny Hendrickson, she's going to get 2, I believe. First one good. 11-8 Wildcats. Of course, you can see on the fancy schmancy imported scoreboard from Nevco. Shout out to Nevco for the decryptor. Oh, actually, shout out Everett Jennings. When we put the scoreboard up, I think it was 2019, Everett said, do we need this decryptor? And I said, yes. And I don't know if Yokes or somebody paid the extra to get the decryptor, but it's finally coming to fruition. Thank you, Everett. And thank you for Everett for everything he does for the community and Wildcats athletics. I believe he still holds his title Head of Basketball Operations, a.k.a. Hobo. So Hobo, Everett Jennings, shout out to you. The scoreboard is glorious so far. Now, I don't want to jinx it, so I'm knocking on some wood. Miners underneath. Nice inbounds pass, little tough there. Guess who? Danny Hendrickson, not in my house, grabs the rebound. Wildcats in quick transition. See if they can move that ball around, get it from one side to the other. Here it is, up top, there it is. All the way over, reversed. Aubrey Hart into the game. Former Wildcat golfer, hopefully current Wildcat golfer coming into this season. Missed shot there, rebound Miners. Ball, nice entry pass into Wallace subbing in, Grace Delano. And she is a sophomore. So Grace Delano getting on the board for the Miners, 12-10. If I'm getting any name pronunciations incorrect, get us up in the chat. If you're unable to chat, subscribe to our channel. Wait 5 minutes. Then add to the chat. Trying to avoid, some of the not so kosher chat that comes in these days. Kids these days, adults these days. Timeout on the floor. Is that going to be a full? We'll wait and see. It's going to be a full. So we are going to take a break, send you to the Wildcat Band, let you see what's going on. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching Wildcats Live. Nice little intermission there, or interlude from the Wildcat Pep Band under the direction of Adam Ream. Under the supervision of Adam Ream, I think he had another commitment. So Tessa Hodgman Richter is trying to herd the squirrels tonight, but so far doing a great job. I can hear Gladys Miller up there with some trumpet brilliance, and Gia Pearl Miller. You know, when you're related to the guy calling the game, you're going to get some shout-outs. Gia Pearl Miller just bringing those sweet B-flat tones of the clarinet. And Wildcats turn it over out of the timeout. Timeout. We're still in the first quarter. And we're going to see what happens here. Another turnover for the Miners. Apologies if I've missed a few subs. Usually you got a tag team here. You have 2 or 3 people commentating, and you have somebody in the background going, "Hey, so and so came in." Just going solo tonight with my golf coach brother, Danny Kenyon here. He's not hot on the mic yet, though. He's just kind of observing. And so lots of players have come in, and I believe that's number 12, Peyton Story, doing some minutes down there on the court as well. And down in the paint, that is Audrey. We have an Audrey with a D and an Aubrey with a B. So Audrey Hart will go to the line here for the Wildcats and try to extend that lead out beyond the 2 points here. First one, pure. Shooter's bounce goes in. 13-10. As you can see, those numbers aren't quite aligned. I might need to move that 3 down a little bit. Always kind of iterating here at Wildcats Live. So 3 fouls and 5 fouls. So bonus for the Wildcats. I don't think it's double bonus. I'm not sure why there are 2 Bs up there. But for you at home, 5 fouls, bonus for the Wildcats. I think all bonus is double. That's why the 2 Bs are up there. So it's always 2 shots. No more 1-and-1. 13-10, Wildcats in the lead. About a minute and a half left. Miners underneath. Looking to do some damage on this possession. Get it back to a 1-point game. Maybe tie it. Still underneath. Into the game. See, now we're settling down a little bit. Into the game for the Miners. Bethany Phillips back in. She started. She's a senior. Coach Farkas giving her a little bit of a breather. She tries to get that entry pass at the elbow. No good. And there's Michaela Groth. Good ball handler. Tries to push. I think she traveled. Might be able to get that on replay. Let's go for our first replay tonight. We'll go replay split so you can see both. We'll see if we can see Michaela Groth just kind of get caught in no man's land there. Slide that, drag that foot. That's going to be a travel. Good call there by the referees. Baseline for the Miners. That is number 12, Capri Wood. She's active. Capri Wood is not passive. She is not looking for a shot. She is moving all the time. She's a dribbler. And in that case, she attacked that baseline. She's going to get 2 shots here. First one, no good. 13-10 Wildcats. Minute 3 left to go. Silver Valley Tournament. In memory of Silver Dollar Radio, KWAL 620 on your dial. Probably should do more shout-outs to our predecessors at KWAL who inspired us to do what we're doing here today, supported Kellogg, Wallace, and Mullen beyond any measure. It's going to be another turnover there for the Wildcats, but shout-out to George White, Paul Robinson, any of the radio announcers that helped Paul and George. I know Josh McDonald did so. I know Mike Little did so. Just what a legacy those guys left. And we're no AM radio giant, but we are a digital live stream trying to accomplish the same thing. And appreciate everything that those guys did. Generations, what a legacy. Miners looking to chip away at that 3-point lead of the Wildcats. We go 6-0, then we go 8-6. And then since then it's been pretty sporadic. Pretty, maybe we'll call it great defense. So a defensive adjustment here by both coaches as Capri Wood, surprise, gets back to the line. Can't get that one to go down. She has done everything but put that ball in the basket from the free throw line. She's everywhere. Miners and Wildcats. Silver Valley Tournament, Game 2. We'll call it the semifinals. 13-11. Here comes Groth. Groth kind of the floor general on the court for the Wildcats right now. That's Peyton Story. Not afraid to put it up. Schilleruff in the game there. No panic. Just kind of gives it up to Groth. That's who you want to get it to. She's going to get called for a travel, though. That ball got kind of pinned on her forearm and shoulder. Good idea by Danny Hendrickson there. Very aggressive, right off the free throw line extended. I think that's just right what you want her to do. Just couldn't quite get that ball down fast enough. Late shot there by the Miners, no good. So with a free throw, 13-11 after the first frame. Thank you for watching Wildcats Live. We are going to go back. Instead of ads from our sponsors who will fully understand, we are going to go back and let you listen to our band, and we'll be right back after a quick break. First quarter over, 13-11 Wildcats. This one's going to be, I think this is going to be a slugfest. Wildcats and Miners both with some young teams, sprinkled with some experience. I think 2 seniors each, and 2 well-coached, 2 seasoned veteran coaches in Farkas and Nearing. And there we go. Danny Hendrickson says, hey, it's been a while. I'm going to get some buckets here. And we're going to take the lead 15-11. Quick shot there by the Miners. That was Aubrey Birdsell. It's going to be a rebound there. Maybe a push. Maybe Coach Jan is going to get a 30. We're going to stay here. While we stay here, we have, sometimes we got to check multiple channels of communication. So we got a text here from Roger Peterson. He happens to be my father-in-law, so I'm going to give him a shout-out. He happens to be my favorite father-in-law. Watching from Puyallup, Washington. How about that? Right here in the valley, right here up Jacobs Gulch, and way on the west coast of Washington, Roger Peterson and possibly Connie, possibly my mother-in-law. She may not be watching at the moment, but she may watch here and there. She may be. But watching from Puyallup, Washington, great-looking scoreboard. Thank you, Roger. We just got that fired up. And thank you, Roger and Connie, for your Wildcats Live sponsorship and donation. That helps make all that stuff happen. And he also says, go Gemma. So if Gemma's got her headphones on, she will hear that. If she doesn't, we'll say second quarter, 7:18, Gemma. Pull this up on YouTube. Oh, Ream's in the house. Looks like somebody's... It looks like some regulating is going on. So Gemma can look, 7:18 in the second quarter. Grandpa Roger and Grandma Connie giving her a little shout out. So thank you, Roger and Connie. We're so happy to have you guys watching and supporting us, and we'll see you in a few days as we come up for Thanksgiving. Back to the action here. A little bit of dribble down kind of post up there. That was Kylie Phillips. No good. Another rebound, and then another putback. No good. Wildcats finally come out of the fray with the ball. Get it down to Danny, who takes it right up. Maybe wanted a foul. Does not get it. Wildcats, I mean, you got to go to that well. Danny is going to bring her lunch pail. She is going to go to work and pencil her in for 15, 20 points. And there's Aubrey Groth making her presence felt on the inbounds play. So just like that, 17-11 Wildcats. Aubrey Groth with the big bucket. Miners set up. That's, guess what? That's going to be Wood on the perimeter. That shot right there is going to be short by Haz. Stutzky wastes no time ever. And they get it into Groth again. That would be A. Groth. Get it into her and have her go right up with the shot. Smart basketball play. and she's going to get 2 shots. And as you can see on that aforementioned digital scoreboard, 1 team foul for each the Wildcats and the Miners here in the first quarter. It resets after each quarter, and at 5 fouls, it's 2 shots. So a little bit of IHSAA modifications of rules. Story into the game for the Wildcats, number 12. Giving the Wildcats here. Wildcats, I do like that rotation, keeping people fresh, getting some bodies in here. Maybe not one, aside from Danny, maybe not one dominant scorer, but one team playing very well together, making sure that everybody just kind of plays as a unit. So 19-11 since the first quarter, a 6-0 Wildcat run. So we've got a foul down here. I think one thing we might look at adding is the player number and the fouls for that player. That's totally possible now with the digital scoreboard. Thanks again, Everett Jennings. Rick Luna helping us buy equipment and keep Andrews Gymnasium the iconic masterpiece that it is. Nice feed there by Danny down to Aubrey. Uses the glass with the kiss off that high glass. Well done there by Aubrey Groth. And just like that, 21-11 Wildcats. Wildcats kind of in a rhythm right now. Defense, hustle, smart offense, looking down the floor, sharing the ball. Good basketball being played right now. Stutzky going to try her hand at a 3 from the flute section. No good. And this one might be an over and back. Looks like the Wildcats touched it, couldn't gather it. 21-11. It's going to be Miner basketball. You know, it seems like there's just so much action. And the clock, it just feels like that was an entire quarter's worth of action, but it's only 3 minutes into the first or second quarter. So good, clean basketball, good hustle. Both teams kind of going back and forth. Fun to watch. Miners reset, half-court offense. Going to go with a little weave here at the top. Wildcats in a man-to-man. Deep shot there by, that would be, again, that's Capri Wood. She is not afraid to launch. If Capri ever gets hot here, Wildcats are going to need to make an adjustment because Capri is not afraid to shoot the rock. Michaela Groth setting things up for the Wildcats. High post action to Danny. She's going to do a little backwards reverse pivot spin. Great move. Not able to get it to go. Miners in transition. Just a little too much mustard on that one from guess who? Capri Wood. She is the gasoline that makes this Miner offense run. And that one was just a little too much gas pedal for the Miners. We're going to get a timeout. We're going to see if the Wildcats are ready to play. It is a full timeout. They are indeed ready. We will be back right after a little bit of an intermission here from the Wildcats. Pep band, Mr. Ream is back. Thanks for watching Wildcats Live. Thank you, Kellogg High School Pep Band, one of the best in the region. Year in and year out. Out of that timeout, Michaela Groth is going to try to get something going again. Little give and go with Danny Hendrickson, high post. Wallace in a man-to-man. Wildcats trying to make something work here with some screens and some high posts and some mix. Danny cuts across the key, dishes backside. Back into Danny. She's going to go left. Good move, just didn't get it above the rim, but oftentimes draw a foul there. Just didn't draw the foul there, but a great Great little offensive series there by the Wildcats. I'm just really pleased with the ball movement. Sharing the ball, it's not predictable, and shots are falling occasionally, and that's going to be just incidental there. Stutzky in the mix constantly. That's going to be on Aubrey Groth. Got a little too hasty on the post defense. Got to get that hand out and above, but you can't bring those hips up and kind of be over the top of the player and push. But aggressive nonetheless. Good defense there by the Wildcats. Team fouls, Kellogg 3, as you can see. Miners 1. Nice little baby hook across the key. And that is number 30, Bethany Phillips, 5'10" senior, getting the Wildcats going in the point column this quarter from the paint. Aaliyah Philp, the volleyball standout for the Wildcats, also on the basketball team here. Going to try to get some Wildcat offense moving. Good to see a lot of these athletes out here, a lot of these young girls that were on the volleyball team also playing basketball. Wildcats try to organize here on the underneath. Looks like a 4-corner set, little screen across. Maybe something in the post here for Danny, or a three-pointer. It's good, and that is Stutzky with the 3, and it's 24-13 Wildcats. See if we can get a replay on that. Not sure if I got that whole inbounds play. Little kick out there to Stutzky. Splash down for the 3. Here we go, back against, guess who? Stutzky. Smart to pull it out. Gets it to Groth. Get it reversed up top to Philp. If that goes down, that's going to be huge. She almost went to the bank. No good, but good ball movement by the Wildcats. Good sign of some good offensive team play there. That's a deep 3 by Kylie Phillips. Maybe got fouled. No call. 24-13, 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go here. Wildcats doing a great job with the ball movement, spinning it off to the backside. Deep 3 right there was Groth, no good. And we're gonna get a little cleanup happening down here. Maybe a turnover by the Miners. In my blind spot. Have to take a look. Good camera work there by Gemma Miller. I think she's checking her phone and videoing at the same time. The iGen generation. She's probably bored, probably looking at her phone, checking to see what's going on. Taking video at the same time. She's actually maybe looking at the screen. She's on top of it. I shouldn't assume. 2 minutes to go here, second quarter, 24-13 Wildcats. Miners looking to generate some offense. It's been a little bit of a drought here in the second quarter, just 2 points. But not for lack of effort or ball movement, just shots not falling. Credit to the Wildcats for their defense. Pretty decent crowd here for the Wildcats. Not as big of a crowd for the Miners as I would have anticipated, but you never know. Rebound by Danny Hendrickson. She's a one-woman wrecking crew right now. Groth dribbles down to the corner, dribbles back out. Gets it out to, that's a nice putback there. Into the game, I should say. Is there a 40? Is that Malia? Malia Munoz. Not on the roster. Not on my roster. So she is probably a JV player that said, yeah, I'll play some varsity basketball tonight. And there she is, mixing it up, getting a board, getting a bucket, and going to the line. You're not done there, Malia. You're shooting a free throw. She's going down saying, hey, I scored. And they're saying, no, you're not done yet, young lady. Going to go for the three-point play here. Just a freshman. Melina Munoz. Melina. What did I call him? I don't know. I'm going to bring Danny on here if I have to. He's getting me the correct information. But Melina's not on my roster, but I know who she is. And great bucket for her. And one. Oh, she stepped over. Oh, I think she stepped over. She did. Still dropped it down. She's still going, what did I do? I made the bucket. When you wear bright shoes like that and you step over the line, you're not getting away with it, young lady. Keep those feet behind that free throw line. 26-13 Wildcats. Munoz off the bench. Nice little rebound and bucket. Miners look to answer here. Looks like a man-to-man. Little motion offense. Screen down. It's cut through to the other side. Little high post drive there by number 11. Ended up getting some by Kayla Haas. Ended up making something happen there. Dished it off to Kylie Phillips. And good job by the Miners generating some offense here. Didn't get the bucket, but get to the line. If they can get some of these free throws to drop, this game will tighten up considerably. First one barely touched the net. Kylie Phillips splashes it in for one. 26-14. Got some shout outs here. Ruth Ross, she's joining us from this great state of Alaska. Watching from Alaska, Coach, I call her Coach Ruth Ross. She in the Kellogg School District was a coach of many sports and made a lot of athletes much better, and a lot of teams, including boys basketball, girls basketball, simultaneously. I don't know many people that have done that. Ruth's son, Owen, up in Alaska, staying busy, playing in the snow, playing baseball, playing the drums. So more relatives, if you're a relative of the head commentator, you're going to get some shout-outs because I'm in full control. I like to hear remote areas. We now have Puyallup, Washington, Alaska, USA, as Stutzky gets fouled there. Great, strong take from the free throw line there. We have Fortress on a Hill, Henry, watching from Portland, Oregon. Danny Hendrickson all the way. Chris and Elo Hendrickson. That's pretty awesome. So Chris and Elo, I think it's Elo. Tell me if I get that right or wrong, but thank you for joining us. So Portland, Oregon, Puyallup, Washington. First one no good there for Stutzky. And, of course, from the great town of the Silver Valley of Kellogg, Idaho, a.k.a. Kellogg. Go Cats, watching here from Kellogg, Claudia Pula. Well, shout out to you, Claudia, and hopefully shout out to Shannon. Tell him I said go Irish. And thank you for joining us. You joined us in football as well and volleyball. And glad to have everybody watching. Oh, that's a great take right there. Number 3, Kylie Phillips. I think she went to her left on that. I'll try to do better on the replay, but multitasking here, understatement. Groth thought about the 3 there, no good. Gets it off to Munoz. She is out on the perimeter here. Wildcat, this ball movement is incredible. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'd like to see a last second shot and the last possession. Coach Hendrickson's Coach Jana is kind of slumping her shoulders there, like we got to get that shot off. But if your error is that you move the ball too much, we're going to take it. So just like that, we are at halftime. We're going to take a break. We're going to take a much-needed break. We're going to hear from our amazing sponsors. We're going to try to get back in time to get you some band action. Wildcats up 26-17 here at the Silver Valley Tournament. Andrews Gym. Don't go away, or if you do, come back in about 10 minutes. Thanks for watching Wildcats Live. NASCO is a loyal Wildcat activity supporter and Kellogg-based construction management company. Their primary focus is supporting our military through the performance of multi-million-dollar federal construction contracts. NASCO has a long history in the Silver Valley where their home office has been based for more than 25 years. They have enjoyed continued growth and now have multiple satellite offices nationwide. To date, they've worked on over 50 military bases and performed more than 4,000 construction projects across the United States. NASCO has had the privilege of working with the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs to plan, develop, and complete their new visitor center, which will both serve as a designated Colorado Welcome Center and illustrate a day in the life of cadets through interactive exhibits. NASCO provides support to our military through the construction of essential facilities used to train, prepare our soldiers, and enhance our nation's warfighting readiness. NASCO is proud of their Silver Valley roots and is actively involved in local community events and activities. You can find them on the web at nascousa.com. Wildcats Live would like to thank NASCO for being the original gold level supporter and proud partner. Thank you, NASCO, and go Wildcats.
Athletics and Equipment Association. It is again supporting KHS Wildcats Athletics with this donation.
Got Kellogg High School alumni Danny Cox. Class of 07 presenting purple and gold through it. Presenting Kellogg High School with a check. Don't have the amount here, but it doesn't matter. Danny Cox presenting the Wildcats with a check in support from Post Falls, Potlatch First Credit Union, P1FCU. And we wanted to get that on, I don't know why I said Post Falls. I'm trying to get camera angles here. And so thank you, Danny Cox. And we will get you some more formal recognition, whether you want it or not, here on Wildcats Live. We're going to switch back, probably have some commercials bust in here. In the meantime, listen to the Wildcat Band and what's left of the commercials. Thank you for watching.
America's premier silver mining and refining company and headquartered in Denver, Colorado, Sunshine Mining and Refining is a precious metals production, development, and exploration company primarily focused on silver. Their namesake project, the Sunshine Complex, is 100% owned by SSMRC and is North America's only vertically integrated silver complex. Located in the mining-friendly Coeur d'Alene Mining District in Idaho, the Sunshine Complex is composed of the Sunshine Mine and Sunshine Refinery, located in the heart of the Silver Valley, Kellogg, Idaho. Sunshine Silver Mining and Refining support many local endeavors and are Wildcats Live Gold level sponsors. Check out their website at sunshinesilvermining.com to learn more. Go Wildcats! With over 55 years of business in the greater Silver Valley and beyond, Watts Appliance is your go-to place for all things appliance sales and service. Watts Appliance is 4 generations family-owned and operated and has the inventory and know-how to handle all of your appliance needs. Not only will the team at Watts guide and recommend from their impressive inventory, but they also service any purchase if and when the need arises. In addition to appliance sales and service, Watts also specializes in commercial refrigeration sales and service. So head on down to 3 North Division Street in Pinehurst, not just to see their iconic seasonal window displays, but to let Sherry, Brock, and the Watts team let you know what's up. Wildcats Live would like to thank Sherm, Luana, Sherry, Brock, and the rest of the Watts family, not just for the exceptional service, but for their endless support of Kellogg High School activities and Wildcats Live. Operating out of Pinehurst, Idaho for over a decade, Jim's Towing is a second-generation family and Wildcat alumni owned and operated business that loves helping out in all areas of the Silver Valley and beyond. Jim's Towing Service, LLC, is more than just a 24/7, 365 towing and basic roadside assistance company. They are a team that will be there when you need them the most. Whether you are stranded on Interstate 90 or up the North Fork of the Coeur d'Alene River, or maybe just at the grocery store in town, Brandon and the Jim's Towing team are on the job. Do you need a jump start? Flat tire at the worst possible time? Give the team at Jim's Towing a call. Did you secure your vehicle a little too well, locking your keys safely inside? Rest assured, Jim's Towing will be there to help you out without damaging your vehicle. Jim's Towing is not just the only AAA provider in the Silver Valley, but they're also your neighborhood U-Haul dealer, offering great service for your moving and hauling needs. In addition to vehicle services, you will see the team at Jim's Towing supporting many local groups and endeavors. Thank you, Brandon and Jim's Towing, for your support of Wildcats Live. Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. Family owned and operated since 1948 and located in Smelterville, Idaho, Nickerson's Towing and Sales have been taking care of the Silver Valley and beyond for over 70 years. Chad and his crew provide 24/7 mobile services, towing and recovery, and also have a full shop facility available. Whether you need a tow, a jump start, a winch out, tire change, or fuel delivery, Nickerson's can do it all. As Chad says, no matter how poorly you park it, we can help. Nickerson's also provides services such as secure storage, truck and trailer repair, brakes, transmissions, suspensions, and much more. Chad and family are devoted, longtime supporters of local youth athletics and activities, as well as all things Wildcats. Give them a call at 208-784-1238 or find them on Facebook at Nickerson Towing and Sales. Wildcats Live would like to thank Nickerson's Towing and Sales for all they have done and continue to do for the community, including their sponsorship of Wildcats Live. Go Cats! From plywood to paint, tools to trim, they have it all, or they can order it in just a few days' time. Kellogg Lumber Company is a veteran-owned business that has been supplying the Silver Valley with quality building materials to contractors, builders, and homeowners for 4 generations. Personal service and knowledgeable staff make Kellogg Lumber the right choice for your next project. With 50 years buying experience, let Steve and the knowledgeable crew at Kellogg Lumber use their many well-established vendors to source the materials you need for the right price and delivered on time. Kellogg Lumber, more than just lumber for 4 generations. Hometown proud sponsors of Kellogg Wildcat Athletics and Wildcats Live.
All right, we are back out of the halftime intermission. Had a lot of action up here in the Wildcats Live studio. People fighting over who's going to be the next on the mic between Danny Kenner and Brad Peterson. And Rhett the Jet Peterson tried to hook himself up with some prime, got shut down, had to go with the Polar Seltzer instead. Sometimes you win some, you lose some. Miners with the quick bucket there out of the break. I didn't see who it was, but it was a 3 because it's 20 to 20. It was 20-26, and it looks like Danny got a 2-pointer and a chance to make it a 3-point play. I have Danny with nearing double-digit rebounds, so she is putting in some work, obviously. There's a 3-point play, so just like that, 3-point for 3-point. Started out the half 26-17. It's now 29-30 or 20. So both teams coming out of the gate with quick 3. Probably the product of some great coaching on both sides. That's a deep three there. I think it was Wood. Couldn't tell. It was down in the corner. Rebound to the Wildcats with Groth bringing it up the court. Gets it to Danny on the paint, on the free throw line extended, who puts it on the floor. That was actually a pretty decent drive. Surprised she didn't make that going to her right. 29-20. I have a feeling this game is not going to get too far out of hand either way, Wildcats or Miners. Miners working the ball down here on the north end of the Andrews court, Andrews gym. Nice little post action there for the Wildcats. Backside rebound for the Miners. Another rebound for the Miners. If you're Coach Jana, you are a little frustrated at this point. Pretty good defense coming out of the halftime break, but no rebounds, giving the Miners multiple chances. Coming out of halftime, another shout out, KHS alum Heath Merrick, watching from South Dakota. You know what? That's awesome, Heath. We're glad that you're joining us. He says, "Go Cats." I mean, he also said, "Simon, you're the man," which I'll allow it. That's very nice of you to say, Heath. I speak very highly of you as well. All of us Wildcats have to stick together, and the fact that you are watching the Kellogg Wildcats from South Dakota right now, pretty special. So you've spun a few basketballs in your day, as have your uncles and dad and so forth. The Merrick heritage here at Kellogg High School is the legacy's never ending, and it's pretty special. And I remember watching many of them play as well, including Casey Merrick. So just lots of good stuff here. That's why we do Wildcats Live, really, right here. So we could have 50 people watching, we could have 100, but just one person chimes in and says, "Hey, watching from South Dakota, worth it. Hey, watching from Alaska, worth it. Watching from Puyallup, watching from Florida, watching from Kellogg." As long as we can continue to get people up here to Andrews Gym and also give this window to everybody that can't be here, that's why we're doing it. And that's a three. That almost went down. Wallace just coming out, emptying the chamber here. Wildcats just need to get some semblance of a rebounding momentum going here and should be able to at least stem the tide a little bit. It's going to be a travel by Danny. She kind of got tangled up down in the paint. But these Miners, I think the halftime message was, don't be afraid to shoot. At least that's what I'm going to go with based on what I've seen so far coming out in this second quarter. A three-pointer by Wallace, a three-point play by Kellogg. We're at 29-20. There's another deep three and another Wallace rebound, and that was almost a foul on the Wildcats. We're going to get another three. And finally a rebound by Kellogg, kind of given up or turned over. So I was going to say, if you are Coach Jana Nearing right now, you're thinking, that's a lot of bullets to dodge right there. Wallace is coming out hot and heavy. It is intense. And if you don't start rebounding, some of these are going to start to drop, and they're going to put a little run on you. Right now it's a 9-point game, getting it down in the paint from Groth to Henriksen. They're going to score it back up to 11. We're going to give you a replay of that. Good team basketball by the Wildcats. Miners also working the ball very well. And they get a three from the corner. I believe it was number 30. Bethany Phillips, the senior, not afraid to put it up during our replay there. So Coach Jana is probably saying, I'm glad we got that bucket on the other end. Defense, however, not loving it. Wallace, on the other hand, Coach Farkas saying, see, I told you, trust your shot, play confident. We're going to get some points here, and we're going to tighten this game up. 31-23 with a timeout. We're going to stay here, recovering from the halftime festivities. Once again, thank you, Danny Cox from Potlatch Credit Union, P1 FCU. In Osborne is their branch, I believe. Danny Cox, class of 2007, just a few years younger than Coach Kenyon. 3 years. But giving back to Wildcat Nation And we love to see it, and it's not abnormal, but we'd love to see more of it. Community in the Silver Valley, both Wallace and Kellogg and Mullen, so many generous small businesses, individuals, and that's what keeps us going here. So that's why you get this great basketball tilt here between the Wildcats and the Miners. I'd say it's pretty intense for the players. Maybe not quite as intense for the crowds. I remember going to some games when I was little. I was scared. I mean, even then when I was in high school, this rivalry there was not any love at all. Nice rebound there by the Miners. They are definitely in attack mode on the offensive end. Coach Farkas has probably gone into that locker room and said, no more passive offense. We are going to attack, and we're going to make them defend. And so far, it's paid off. 31-23. Wallace now with a 6-5 lead in the second half. That free throw up and good by Capri Wood, who is everywhere. Capri's parents are watching from Pennsylvania at mine rescue competition. It does not get any more Silver Valley than that, ladies and gentlemen. Capri Wood's parents are watching from Pennsylvania. They're at mine rescue. They're watching back here in Kellogg, Idaho. They're watching their daughter tear it up tonight. And they're in for a treat because we're just getting started here in the third quarter. And both teams just continue. Oh, she thought about putting that up. Both teams just kind of making adjustments. That's going to be a travel. Once again, you can't move those feet before you put the ball on the ground. It's a good sign as an offensive player because it means you're looking to score. But your brain has got to say, I see the basket. I've got to do it in sequence. Peyton Story just got a little bit too much ahead of herself there, and that's a nice take. Left hand, she shot it with the right, but Wildcats still kind of struggling to secure rebounds here. Story's going to get it, push it up to Stutzky. Stutzky's going to draw the foul. So Wildcats make it a bit of an adjustment there on the defensive end, at least in terms of the rebounding. But the Miners not making it easy by any means whatsoever. So we will have Jordan Stutzky, the sophomore, for the Wildcats at the line. Little quick there, short on that free throw. Oh, Amber Wood says her name is pronounced Capri. I need an enunciation. I need an accent. Capri. What have I been calling her? Capri, I think. So Capri. I'm gonna adjust as we go. That's a little bit of an errant pass. Stutzky picks it up. She's gonna try to go left, and she does. That's a good-looking shot. Rebound, Danny, the cleanup, and just like that, Wildcats back to the 10-point lead. Just any turnover, any rebound, potential for immediate points for both of these two teams. Baseline down there. It was really a pretty good baseline move there by Phillips. She just kind of got caught in no man's land. Maybe got a little body down there in the baseline, but they're rarely going to call that. If you're going to go baseline, you got to commit. And she stepped on the line, and so it's 34-24. Michaela Groth will reset for the Wildcats. High-low. Danny looks down low to the cutting Stutzky. Back two-man game here for Stutzky and Henriksen. Stutzky goes all the way baseline. Looks like she may have stepped on the line. They are going to get the push on this side. So similar to what happened here for Wallace. Wildcats with the benefit of the call there. Amber Wood, let me see if I get this name right. She's got the pronunciation for me there. Capri, thanks for having the live stream. Amber, thanks for watching. Absolutely. That's what we do it for. Stutzky did that should be worth 2 points. That three-pointer was in and out. Rebound by Danny, deflected, and then stolen back. Tipped by Stutzky. You can't keep up with the action here. It's frenetic. Wildcats going to try to get some kind of organization here. They're going to go right to Danny on the high post. She's going to put it on the floor. She's going to force, I believe, I'm looking through a little bit of glare here. I think it's Phillips. We'll see. Yes, it's her third. And good awareness there by the Wildcats, getting that ball in the high post to Danny. Athletic and getting that ball on the floor, and Phillips just kind of got caught, had to hold her, and going to get called for her third foul. So it looks like she might be getting some relief here in number 33, Annika. I think it's Annika. It's Annika or Annika. I'm going to go with Annika since it's two ends. I know that probably is wrong, but Annika Kessler, the sophomore for the Wallace Miners. Up the floor, Aubrey Birdsell. She's going to set things up for the Wildcats, and Stutzky's just going to make things difficult. And she's going to go back to her left again and pull the ball out, dish it to her. She dished it to Danny, who is on the trail. Wildcats, I'm going to say that this is a good sign. I'm going to say good job, ladies. It's when you're in attack mode that sometimes your feet get ahead of your dribbling, and that's a good sign. That means you're being aggressive. So those things can be cleaned up and can be adjusted. It's when you're passive that it's difficult to make the adjustment. So Wildcats in attack mode, Miners in attack mode, still in man-to-man. Both teams just kind of giving each other all they can take. Kind of a little bit of push-pull here on each side. Miners kind of going with that high. 3 high, 2 down in the paint. Danny Hendrickson with the steal. She's going to dribble all the way down the court with her left hand. Switch to her right. Nice little coast-to-coast there by Hendrickson. And we're going to go give you a little bit of a replay, hopefully in the picture-in-picture. We'll see if our technology is working tonight as planned. Miners come down and put up a quick 3. That is Kylie Phillips. Rebound by the Wildcats. They're going to come down, probably not in a huge hurry. They're probably going to want to run that half-court set. Going to get another foul. Wallace already with 5 fouls, so it's going to be 2 shots for the Wildcats. You can see the fouls on the scoreboard. Gemma Miller continuing to bring it on the camera angles. Wildcats live. Getting between 50 and 60 viewers. We're happy to see that. That's Groth going to knock down the first one. Wildcats currently at 40% Groth. That being Aubrey and Michaela Cousins. You can't go wrong if you're the Wildcat girls if you've got 40% Groth. Carl Phillips, go Miners, go Phillips sisters. Can't argue that. Carl, you can't argue that a bit. Phillips sisters, and I think, didn't one just graduate? I think there was one more Phillips sister. Yeah, well, that's a great, speaking of legacy and names and small towns, I'm well versed with Phillips athletes from Wallace. Great legacy. Glad you're watching. 38-24 right now. Wildcats threatening to extend this lead. Wallace not looking to concede in any way, shape, or form. Going to have to get a jump shot to drop here. Danny going to get called for a little bit of a push out on the perimeter. She was in charge of guarding, speaking of Phillips, that's number 30, Bethany, the 5'10 post player for the Miners, the senior. And so that's Danny's second foul. She's in good shape, but she's got to be careful not to pick up another one here before the end of the third. Wallace going with a little weave again here at the top. Nice little drive and take. There, I think that was number 12. Kepri Wood, hopefully getting her name right. She's scoring points. I better figure it out eventually. Danny on the high post. No dribble there this time. Collapsing defense by the Miners, going to get a jump ball. Possession going to go to the Wildcats. Good adjustment there by the Miners as the Wildcats have really taken advantage of that high post. I like the high post flash a lot. And it doesn't have to be a tall player. It just has to be a versatile player, and Danny is every bit that. And this time Wallace collapsed and brought the double team, and it worked. And this time the Wildcats just kind of trouble getting it inbounds, but they get the back door from Danny to Michaela, not able to finish. Boy, that was a great look. Shot clocks are, they're off because there's only 16 seconds left, so working as planned. That was a great look by Danny.
there's times when points aren't scored when something great happened, and that was one of them. Danny's got to be careful here. Almost got her third foul there. Phillips almost traveled. Both teams just really going at it, playing hard. I think Heath Merrick just said that in the chat, and I would agree. Wildcats, Miners, it doesn't get any better than this. Silver Valley tournament, both teams just emptying every arsenal they have. And we are going to take a break. It's wearing us out. We're going to let you listen to the Wildcat Pep Band under the direction of Adam Ream and drum major. Oh, I don't see her down there anymore, but we'll just give you off to the Kellogg High School Pep Band. All right, I think we got enough in the tank here. I know the Wildcats and the Miners do, but up here in the Wildcats live studio, I think we have enough in the tank to get us through this nightcap. That's a three challenged by Aubrey Groth. She's going to get the block on that. That was Kylie Phillips at the attempt. And Michaela Groth is going to feed it down to her cousin and then dump it back out to, I believe that's Schilleruff. Bella, just a freshman. Wildcats with 4 freshmen on their roster and just 2 seniors. So just like in volleyball, a lot of youth. Wallace Miners have tons of youth as well. Lots of good future basketball here for both teams. And this won't be the last time they see one another. They'll play again, probably a home and home. The ball movement of the Wildcats, though, here is as good as I've seen it. Little turnover there, little careless on the pass, flashing down to the short corner. But this ball movement by the Wildcats, very encouraging as we are in the first game of the season. I like what I'm seeing. The energy is there, the defense is there. Maybe the rebounding kind of, you're going to have lulls when you have – when height isn't your forte, rebounding is going to have to be from grit and absolute determination, and the Wildcats do have it, but Miners have a little bit of size on them, and so those rebounds are going to come and go. Number 11 for the Miners, Kayla Haas, is at the line right now. 38-27. I have that third quarter as going to the Wildcats 12-9 with both teams having some moments offensively. Wallace just kind of came out with a barrage. If any of those shots would have gone down, that's Aubrey Groth with a quick three. As she goes to the floor and Danny goes to the floor, Wallace comes up with the rebound, pushing up the court. Nice rebound there by the Miners. Unable to capitalize on that. Going to have to go to the camera here. They're down here in that north end of the basketball court. I guess we're going to have to bust this window out a little further so we can see. Danny's got a good view, though. So it's going to be underneath for the Miners. And that's going to probably go on Michaela Groth. Aggressive defense there for the Wildcats. Can't falter for that. Out of bounds underneath. You got to make them earn it. Miners back out to the side to inbound the ball. Schilleruff back in for the Wildcats. Going to give Groth a breather. And we have Sherry Cuthbert. She says, of course I'm a Miner fan because I graduated, and my son Gus had a great season on the Miner football team. Gus, my former soccer player when I coached soccer. But I got to tell you, seeing the doors at what used to be the 80s office made me smile. Spent a lot of time in that office and went to a lot of practices to watch as a little kid with my dad. Absolutely. John Cuthbert. Yes, absolutely. John Cuthbert and the Cuthbert family has a lot of Kellogg and Wallace ties that you really can't separate them. Just athletics and teaching and families and jobs in the Valley. I think there, Sherry, I think that's the epitome of the entire Valley. And haven't seen your dad for a little while here and hope to see him pretty soon. But just a shout out to your family and thank you for sharing that memory. That's super special. I'm glad that you are watching the Silver Valley Tourney, and I'm glad that we're happy that you're a Miner. You are welcome to join the feed, and we're kind of, we're sort of biased. We love the Wildcats, but we're pretty appreciative of the heritage of the Silver Valley too, and the rivalry and all that it entails. So shout out to the Cuthbert family, Miners and Wildcats, near and far. Wildcats 38-27. Miners really just threatening to chip away at that lead. Wildcats are going to have to be disciplined here. They go to the high post, give and go. That's a textbook give and go. Stutzky not able to get it to fall, but I like the teamwork there by Danny and Jordan. If you watch a lot of basketball, you call that two-man game, where there is an offense happening all around you, but two of you are on the same wavelength and you're just going to make something happen. And right there, Danny and Jordan just tried to make it happen. And Aaliyah Philp got in the mix and got a bucket or a rebound, and now she's going to try to get 2 buckets. Missed the first one, so she's going to try to get a point here. Get that lead for the Wildcats back up to 12, if I'm mathing correctly. Mathing on air is not easy. Philp gets 1 of 2. Good job there from the free throw line. Philp, volleyball standout for the Wildcats this year as a freshman. Future pretty bright for both of these programs, volleyball and basketball. A lot of young athletes playing hard here tonight from both teams. Number 14 in, Caden Stutzky for the Miners. Hopefully I haven't missed too many of these subs. Going to get a call here, and it looked like it could have been a charge, and that was Stutzky. She's going to get called for the block, however, and I think that is the Wildcats. Is that their 5th? Yes, it is. And that is going to put Kylie Phillips, the junior, for the Miners to the line. I think she's going to get 2. First one good. Second one good. So it's going to be a 10-point Wildcat lead with 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the 4th. A lot of basketball left to be played here. Wildcats are going to have to earn this. Miners are not going to go passively. And the Miners are also not going to let you do that post, high post, and get away with it for too much longer. They have adjusted, and Wildcats are in foul trouble here. Every foul now for the Wildcats means 2 shots for the Miners. And we are going to bring Coach Danny Kenyon in. He is live right now on Wildcats Live. Coach Kenyon, what are you seeing so far overall the game? You've been quiet over there, and I told you I'd bring you on. What do you see so far?
Well, you know, I'm not a man of many words. You know that. No, I like watching Kellogg and Wallace and their rivalry. It's not like it was 70s, 80s, 90s, even. We had a little bit in the early 2000s, but I mean, obviously, I want to see Wallace go down. I appreciate everyone calling in and texting and everything like that, but
Danny's a Wildcat.
Go Wildcats.
Go Wildcats. Coach Danny Kenyon looking at hopefully potentially some former and hopefully future golfers down here on this basketball court and in the crowd. Gearing up, before you know it, it'll be February, a.k.a. spring sports, air quotes. And Coach Kenyon looking to start his second year as a head coach of the Wildcat golf program. And he's also an alumni at Kellogg and a former golfer. So doing a lot of great things. Danny, you talked about your golf team maybe getting some new bags.
Got some new bags
Got some new merch coming.
Yep. I see a few of my golfers in the stands tonight. I see East Mode here. He could do a little cleaning of this window for us next time I'm up here. It's a little dirty. But yeah, I'm definitely looking for some golfers. There's a couple on the court I'd like to put on my girls' side there with Danny Hendrickson and Jordan Stutzky. And actually, any girl that wants to play golf, I'll take it.
Always recruit. And I have no doubt. I've even heard Jordan Stutzky, I think you said her mom said, well, she just played once or twice this summer and only shot a 56 or something. And I thought, boy, that's good enough right there to just get things kindled for the Wildcats.
Yeah,
so
I'd take her in a heartbeat. And if Destiny Hurd or her parents are listening, I'm looking for her as well. We need to get her out on the golf course.
I love it. That is Coach Danny Kenyon. We're going to leave his mic hot. He's just going to kind of sit, and he can chime in when he wants to. It is 41-29. Wildcats kind of maintaining that double-digit lead. It's kind of waned here in the fourth quarter, back and forth. The Miners not giving up in any sense or means. Wildcats band kind of keep the energy up here tonight in Andrews. And Coach Janet Earing doing a really good job just kind of making sure she's replacing one of the most prolific scorers in Wildcat girls basketball history, Macy Jerome. When you're trying to replace one of the best rebounders in Emily Coe and one of the most prolific scorers in Jerome, you got a lot of work cut out for you. And these Coach Jana has molded these girls right now early on. There's Peyton Story. I'm going to try to get her on replay, but that's a tall task. And as golf coaches, Danny and I know that and appreciate it very much. It's tough to replace great players and great golfers. So Coach Jana is in the process of doing that. Looks like I thought we were going to get a foul here on the Wildcats, so we're going to get one going the other way as the Wildcats now open up a 14-point lead. And shout out to those seniors, those Wildcat seniors of past. You know, we've mentioned Macy and we've mentioned Emily. We know there's more, but yeah, it's impressive to see what Coach Jana has done thus far. And they are missing one of the freshmen and another volleyball standout. They are missing Ella Regina as the Reginas are out of town this weekend. So another up-and-coming Wildcat that's not here at the moment, but I know is going to be a contributor just as much as the rest of these Wildcats are right now. So 14-point lead, game far from over. Both teams kind of still battling. Miners maybe trying to go down into the paint there. It's going to go off the Miners, back to Kellogg. Danny, what do you think of Gemma's camera work so far? Give Gemma a critique.
I think Gemma's doing great. I haven't seen any of the feed, but I can see her from here, and she's definitely focused, and hopefully she gets this right in there. Oh, I thought Stutzky was going to drain that.
That did look good. So Gemma, positive grades from Coach Kenyon. So I guess
talking about rivalry, right? You're talking about, it's not as big as it used to be.
Right.
It's still there, and maybe inside us, but it's really cool to look out into Andrews Gymnasium and see some, classmates of mine, and I'm watching their daughters on the court.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I get that everybody is friends now these days.
Right.
But I don't like to go to the Center Universe if I don't have to. But it's been a great game. It's like you said it like the first 3 minutes. It's going to be a slugfest.
Yeah.
And it's still been a pretty good slugfest here.
It has been. Nice touch there by Peyton Story, making that second free throw. Getting that lead up to 15 now for the Wildcats. And, Coach Kenyon talks about the rivalry. I mean, it just used to be in the crowd. Boy, it used to be just as fierce as it was on the court. I do remember one time in the 80s going to the Wallace Auditorium. That was a travel or a carry. And when we arrived, I think I was 10 years old, so it might have been 81.
And the Wallace fans had given out 2x4s. So 1 foot 2x4s to everybody, a pair of them, and they clapped those together. And I thought, I mean, Mad Max Thunderdome had nothing on this. This was like pure. It was incredible. I was scared for my life, but I was also watching my Wildcats, wanting them to beat the Mighty Miners. And nice take there by Stutzky. And I still remember that. So there were some pretty, I'm sure others have some really great stories. Hit us in the chat or send us an email. kwildcatslive@gmail.com. We'd love to hear some of the old stories from the past of the rivalry. Stutzky going coast to coast again. We're going to just get her previous replay. She's too many highlights to capture right now. And it's 48-29. Wildcats looking to put this one away. Miners still firing. I have a feeling, Danny, I think if Wallace, coming out of the second half, I think if they had hit a couple of those shots they were putting up, it would have gotten Kellogg maybe in a bit of a retreat mode. And they just did. Yeah, they didn't fall. And that's the way the ball bounces. And credit to the Wildcats for kind of weathering that barrage of shots. But they weathered the storm, and it is now Aubrey Groth can put this into a 20-point lead with a made free throw, which she does. And we have Heath Merrick still. Do you remember the 1998 game against the Coeur d'Alene Vikings? Heath, would that have been Coach Kerfoot? 98, Kerfoot or Bergquist? I think it was Kerfoot. And was it at home? Give me a little more. I remember a lot of games, Heath, but I think that was a Kerfoot game, and I do remember faintly. Stephen Shepard watching the game from Coeur d'Alene. He is researching when the first girls' Silver Valley tournament game was played. That would be great to know. Mr. Shepard, a.k.a. the voice of the Wildcats. Your principal, Dan Kenyon. Do you have any memories of Mr. Shepard, the principal, Danny? I mean, not that you would want to have memories of your principal unless they were good ones, like he gave you a positive. Hopefully you don't have too many where you had to go to the office.
I went to the office very often, but
good.
Maybe once or twice. But he hasn't changed. He's one of my favorite people that I've ever met in Kellogg, Idaho. I love the sports banquets. Only when he gets up to give out those awards.
The traditional awards,
Brainerd.
yeah, Tommy Brainerd, McCoy Reasoner. Those traditions, if we can't, at some point some traditions are very difficult to continue in person, but we hope to document them, and that, kind of portrays, a heritage and a legacy more than, we all eventually leave, so we hope to pass that on. And I know that Mr. Shepard has definitely been a huge contributor in that aspect too. He was also my principal, Danny. Kellogg Junior High.
He looks exactly the same.
He might have been the vice principal, but still. Wildcats with the 22-point lead, 23-point lead, 22. Mathing is hard online. Munoz into the game. Molina.
Correct.
Got it right this time. She's got the aqua-colored shoes on.
Her mother was a classmate of mine.
Another Wildcat. Yep. Another daughter of a Wildcat. Granddaughter of a Wildcat. So the Wildcats right now with some youth in the game. We've got Schillerith, the freshman. We've got Munoz, the freshman. We've got Philp, a freshman. We've got Story, a freshman. And we have got Hart, a junior. So Hart, the senior statesman in there right now for the Wildcats. And Munoz going to take the ball and move it up the court. You can tell she's not afraid of the moment, Danny. She is a competitor. Story with a little dribble penetration. Didn't get the shot to go. Good idea.
Aubrey Hart
getting down and dirty, getting after it. Got to get her back out on the golf course. She took a little bit of a breather last year. We got to get her back out.
You got family on the court right now. Aaliyah and Molina are related.
Oh, yes. Cousins?
Yeah, they'd be like second cousins.
Second cousins. Okay, good enough.
But
Bucket there by number 3 for the Miners, Kylie Phillips. A lot of youth out there right now. Fun to see all the underclassmen getting into this game, and there's no really drop-off in intensity. Story not afraid to put the ball up. Little jump ball there. Nice backside rebound by Aaliyah, right? But, yeah, thank you. Oh, yes, Heath said it was at home. So I have a lot of memories of home games with Coach Kerfoot, and they were a lot of them were defensive slugfests. If you've got a specific shining moment from that game, Heath, you share it, because there were a lot of good moments there in the late 90s for sure. Coach Kerfoot, of course, bringing that defensive toughness from Southern Idaho up to Kellogg. Got the Wildcats to the semifinals. I think it was 96 semifinals. Would have faced the Moscow Bears in a rematch for the state title and ended up falling just late in a game. It would have taken them to the state championship game. Lots of good stuff here. Would love to just kind of keep highlighting, past great teams. There's lots of them. Wallace and Kellogg, a lot of heritage there, and we just need to start to kind of compile that. I've kind of started that project at khswildcats.com, kind of try to start some record keeping. Into the game for the Miners here. That is number 15 at the line, Jeslian Johnson. She is joined by Kylie Phillips, number 24, Grace Delano, number 25, Aaliyah Birdsell, and number 14, Caden Stutsky. So the Miners getting some youth into the game as well. Munoz with not quite tough enough with the ball there. Wallace with the steal. Going to be a foul there on Story. I like the toughness. I like that, we're not just going to let her drive into the key. Peyton Story saying, no, you're going to get bodied if you come in here. And that actually is Peyton Story's 5th foul. You're going to go out. You go out guns a-blazing. Oh, Mr. Shepard is back in the chat. Kellogg played Mullen in the opener. Silver Valley Boys Tournament, 71. That's the year I was born. Wildcat, St. Mary's, Wallace, Mullen. Squared off. Old Wallace High School gym. Kellogg played Mullen in the opener, and Wallace took on St. Mary's. Kellogg won the opener over Mullen, and St. Mary's dispatched the Miners 55-51. The late Don Knott led all scorers with 21 points.
Knothead.
That's right. Just said our goodbyes to Coach Knott in late September. That's a great memory there, Coach Shepard. And Roger Pearson wrote a wonderful recap of some of his best memories of Donnie Knott. And we need to post that in some form or fashion. But it was read by his classmate Bill Woolham at the service. And that is recorded, by the way. That is online. If you would like to see that, let me know. We wanted to keep that on the down low, but we know some people couldn't make it. We did record it. I remixed it with good audio. And we have a good slideshow put together by Donnie's wonderful daughter, Beth. And Bill Woolham did a great job reading Roger Pearson's recount of much of Donnie's growing up and his high school career. And that matches with what Steve Shepard is sharing here. Special player, special Wildcat, Donnie Knott, huh? Miss him. The lefty. Think about it, though, Danny. We're looking down as Grace Delano shoots her free throws. We're looking down on this court. The same court Don Knott.
It's been refinished. We've got new bleachers, but
it's the same
still here.
shell. Yep.
The smell.
That Don Knott wowed people for years. And rest in peace, Coach Knott. We miss you a lot. Coach Kenyon and I especially. Shout out to you. Oh, last little ode to Don Knott right there by Jordan Stutsky. gets it to go.
I think she had a cousin there or some relative kind of even give her a little high five from the Miners there.
Love it. This one kind of gets away from the Miners here, but it's a good game for most of the contest. First semifinal, so second game, Wildcats victorious. They will face the Bonners Ferry Badgers tomorrow at 7. The Miners will face the Genesis Prep, their league rivals now. Genesis Prep, Nemesis Prep tomorrow in the consolation game. We will stay quiet here for the alma mater. Kellogg Wildcat tradition, unlike any other. Go Wildcats. We'll be back.
Gotta get them to play that later so they can do their thing and then come over.
There's two things that need to happen in this gymnasium. There's need to be some kind of incentive. We need more kids in these things. I mean, when you start doing like
Retiring numbers.
I mean, like Tim's numbers should be
Short slide.
yeah, things like that. Yeah, 100%. Not just your buddy Tommy the toe and toe in. But you know what's great is having.
All right, Danny and I were chopping it up here about recognizing Wildcat greatness, which there's so much of. Player of the game, we started that in volleyball. Danny, let's hash this out right now. Let's chop it up. Who do you give player of the game for the Wildcats? Because even though Tammy Atkins isn't here like she was in volleyball, I'm still here. I've got a Beanery gift card. I will print a certificate and get it ready for tomorrow. Who are we giving Wildcats player of the game to?
I mean, I think it's hands down Danny Henderson.
It's got to be Danny. Full agree.
She came out just right off the get-go, like 8 straight unanswered points.
Yeah, I'm going to co-sign that. So Danny Hendrickson will be our first girls basketball player of the game tonight. And we'll get her a certificate and a Beanery gift card. We'll get with a few of our sponsors and get more Beanery and Brood Awakening gift cards. And we will continue to award this for boys and girls. For Danny Kenyon and Gemma Miller and Buck Coe, who is in the crowd tonight, well deserved. I mean, he has been a warrior for us. Thank you for watching Miners. Thank you for watching Wildcats. For Danny Kenyon, I'm Simon Miller. And as George White would say, signing off for K-Wall, always be a good sport. Be a good sport always. Go Wildcats. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Fellow sample, your phone is at the front table.